Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick Milk Bar birthday cake candle from Bath & Body Works, part of the Milk Bar collab. The notes on this read layered vanilla cake, creamy frosting, and rainbow sprinkles. And yeah, so I can't smell this candle whatsoever. I'm just gonna come out and say it. It's like totally unscented. Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but I would say the very first burn, I had it in my living room. I could kind of smell it and it was nice. But every other burn after that, and like this is like a sixth burn, like past the halfway point, I really can't like smell this. Like I haven't been able to enjoy this candle for like the past 5 burns. Yeah, so that blows. And so it's like kind of hard to even review this candle because it's like nearly unscented when it's burning. I can really only smell it if I'm like directly hovering over the candle. I've put it in my bedroom. I put it outside of a hurricane. I put it inside of a hurricane. Like just I can't get this fragrance to throw for me. So like in my personal experience, like in the way it is in my house and my nose, I can't really smell this, so I can't really recommend it. So yeah, I guess I don't really know how to proceed with this review other than I guess I can describe what the fragrance smells like in the other formats. In the other formats, it smells like a birthday cake candle. It is not sprinkled birthday cake. That one I could actually smell when it was burning, in like Danbury shortbread and Mary cookie and all those type of like vanilla cookie fragrances. I can smell much more, but this one I really can't. It is kind of comparable to the Daffodil Daydreams candle, and the Emily in Paris Macaron Cloud were both sort of like vanilla body care fragrances. This one is more gourmand than those other two, but there is still a residual underlying slightly inedible floral perfume note in this candle. It's not overly strong, but I feel like it's still kind of detectable. There's a slight powderiness that's similar to the floral powdery undertones of both Daffodil Daydreams and the Emily in Paris Macaron Cloud, and vaguely the warm vanilla sugar fragrance as well. But yeah, and Emily in Paris and the Daffodil Daydreams were both super weak to me. They were both obviously like vanilla fragrances, so this isn't surprising that it's not throwing a lot. So yeah, the candle I can't really speak too much to other than like it's in a similar unscented level of those two candles that I just referred to. As for the body care, I feel like the spray in the body wash are divine. I freaking love them. The body wash I did redeem with a reward, and I have been using it like pretty nonstop. I really enjoy it when you use it in the shower. It's so scrumptious. It's very delicious. You don't get too much of a body care undertone on the body wash. You get a heavy presence of actually coconut, very first and foremost. That gives it kind of a toasty cake feel to it, and then you get some of that sort of vanilla frosting and that sort of moist cake note afterwards. And like, what do sprinkles smell like? I mean, it's just like a sugary sweetness, right? And so you get a birthday cake that has a very moist, creamy vanilla frosting and quote unquote sprinkles on top of that. But the toasted coconut note up top at the opening does give a great warmth to it, and the toasted coconut is also very present on the mist as well. I would say the shower gel doesn't really have too much of a dry down, so you're not really getting a floral perfume undertone, but you do get that in the mist, where the mist, when it dries down after like a good 30 minutes or whatever, what is left on your skin is a sort of powdery, slightly floral vanilla powder fragrance is what you get, but it's still scrumptious. And I would say in the opening period, the fragrance with the mist is just so delicious and divine, and like that toasted coconut gives it like a caramelized feel to it that's quite warm and delicious, and then it's mixed with that sort of like creamy moist vanilla birthday cake fragrance. And so I do enjoy the fragrance in the other formats, but as it translates to the candle, I'm really just not getting anything when it's burning. So that's kind of a womp womp. I would say the sprinkled birthday cake was just a better performer for me overall, and I think the sprinkled birthday cake had a slightly weird, people were saying like a sour milky note, but it also had this kind of almost like a strawberry fragrance to it. It had a slight berry undertone to it that kind of evoked like refrigerated strawberry slices on top of the cake when you're pulling it out of the fridge, and perhaps it was that slight berry note that was giving the sprinkled birthday cake a little bit more oomph that is lacking in this Milk Bar birthday cake candle. So that's pretty much it for the fragrance, and let me go into the performance. This is a sixth burn, and about 2 hours in, it was burning in a hurricane, so it did pull out quite quickly, and it made a deep, even wax bowl. As you can see there, it has the coral wicks on it. I would say if you burn it for more than like 3 or 4 hours, it will start smoking or sitting a little bit. Not too bad, but enough that you would notice it. That I would kind of limit this to like about a 3-hour burn, but it's doing fine. No issues outside of that. As for the throw, yeah, I've already talked about this. It's very weak. I would say the first burn was really the only time I could really smell it. On the first burn, it was in like a living room area, and I would say maybe up to a 3. But every burn after that, it has been quite weak, like maybe a 1 in a living room. I can really only smell it if I immediately walk into the room. But then once I'm in the room, I go nose blind to it very quickly after that I really can't smell it unless I'm hovering directly on top of the candle itself. I would say in a bedroom, like maybe like a 1 to a 2, very much a background fragrance. Once again, smell it when you go into the room initially, but after that I go nose blind to it. So yeah, just not a great performer in terms of throw. Overall, as someone who had no knowledge of the Milk Bar brand prior to this, the collaboration, it doesn't really do anything or add any value to me. But I am just thankful that there's more like gourmand fragrances on the way with this collab, and I'm always welcome new gourmand fragrances, so I'm happy about that. And outside of not knowing what Milk Bar is, it's still a like fun, cutesy gourmand collection from Bath and Body Works, so I'm fine with that. But the throw on the candle just leaves so much to be desired. But I'm loving the heck out of the body wash, and while I don't have a use for the mist, I really did enjoy the day that I sprayed it. So that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.